Welcome to the 1430 ESPN Outdoors Report, presented by All Out Marine in Allenton.
Let's get things going on the ESPN Outdoors Report. We bring in Pete Huff from Best Damn Guiding Service. Pete, were you able to get out and about at all this week with the funky weather that we've had?
I've been out a couple of times in the Madison area for panfish. That water is still not getting warm anytime fast. This weekend with the warm temps, it should bring it up a bit, but it's still hovering in that 42 to 44 from what I've been seeing. And a sunny day, them fish get a little more bitey. And I've been mainly fishing bluegills and crappies in the Madison chain, and it's these back little bays that hold warmer water. And it seems to be when that sun is out, the bite is better, and you can have literally a cloud go over the sun and they'll shut them off. So anytime now, that bite should really pick up.
Do you find that after the ice has been out there for a long time, and fish maybe haven't seen a live bait in a while, and when they see that stuff, will they start gobbling that stuff up, forgetting that there are maybe hooks in there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Like right now, you can have it to yourself because there's not a lot of boat traffic out there, and you find them where they're bunched up, and you'll definitely see them. They'll kind of try to outbeat the other one to get there, kind of thing. You'll watch them 2-3 at a time will come, and then one just scoots ahead and grabs the bait. So, I think now is the good time here, and all the way up until our opener in May.
So do you think activity will pick up even if you get close to May? People that don't maybe have been taking a break, obviously maybe they don't want to go to the rivers, but as the weather warms up, people just say, hey, I need to get out and get something, and they'll dive into the panfish.
Yeah, yep. And the crappie bite should be good here in May around Beaver Dam and Fox Lake. They're plenty full around here. So, yeah, looking forward to that. And I've been booking trips into May. So if you'd like to get on the calendar, you can call me at 608-609-2707 or send me a message on Facebook under Pete Huff or Best Damn Guide Service.
Have you heard anything about any other lakes across the state before I let you go, Pete?
Yeah, the Fox River still been producing fish, but that's 1/28 fishery right now. Green Bay has been kind of spotty. Certain days are good, and that's back to if it's sunny out and making that water temp come up a couple degrees. The Wolf River, I heard, has still been producing, and that should have a white bass run here soon. When the walleyes are done, typically the white bass come in kind of heavy, and that can be a fun bite up there too.
All right. Again, what's the number? How can people get in contact with you if they want to book a trip?
You can call me at 608-609-2707 or send me a message on Facebook under Pete Huff or Best Damn Guide Service.
Pete, I appreciate all you do, and we'll chat next week.
Sounds good. Thanks, Wade.
Let's do our weekly check-in on the Madison chain as we bring in Pat from D&S Bait and Tackle. Pat, what can you tell us about activity down by you this week?
Well, with game fish season closed, there hasn't been a ton going on around town here, although the panfish bite's been great in areas like Monona Bay and Cherokee Marsh and stuff like that. And some of the early bass guys are getting out and having some success. A lot of the folks coming through the door here headed to the rivers, which have been running high but are coming down, and as of right now are at great fishbowl levels, actually. And the walleye bite's been good at a lot of the dams and deeper holes just down from the dams. And, of course, early season trout is open, too, so a lot of folks getting out and enjoying that.
So when it comes to trout fishing or any of the game fishing, if you're out in the rivers, do you have to use different kinds of baits early in the season maybe, or is it the same all year round?
Well, on the trout side of things, right now it's also a early season catch and release, and only live or artificial lures can be used. So no live bait this time of year, and you have to release all the fish you catch. As far as fishing for walleyes and stuff on the rivers, minnows are really the go-to bait this time of year, whether it's a fathead minnow or a larger, blacktail chub or a sucker. Those all work well, either on a jig, a drop shot, really just about any way you like to fish them, you'll likely find fish.
Why is it that you can't use live bait this time of year? What's the thinking behind that?
Well, on the trout side of things, I think, it's just giving the trout a little bit of a break. I guess I'm not 100% sure why they don't allow live bait, but I think it's just because the trout are, kind of vulnerable after, coming off winter and not seeing any lures. They'll snatch just about anything up. But the fact of the matter is a lot of trout anglers don't keep fish. I think I read a thing the DNR put out I think it's only 17% of anglers keep trout. So, and actually on the Wisconsin Conservation Congress this year, one of the votes is, one of the things on the ballot is to open the trout season on the first Saturday of April instead of the first Saturday of May like it is now.
All right. Well, if people want the latest information like that, they can stop down to D&S Bait and Tackle. Tell us where you're located and how they can get information, what they'll find in the store.
Yeah, we're at 1411 Northport Drive here on the north side of Madison, right near the corner of Northport and Troy Drive. We're a quarter mile from the Warner Park boat launch and a quick jog off the interstate if folks are coming through town. We have everything you need to get out on the water. All our summer stuff is up. We got a bunch of live bait, and we do a weekly fishing report. Update that every Friday morning. We post it to our social media at DS Bait Tackle Fly Shop on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And we also have a good old school fishing hotline, and the number there is 608-BIG-FISH if you want to hear me talk about what's going on around town.
And that fishing report's been going on for decades, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's been with the shop. The shop's been in business 44 years, and it's been with the shop that entire time. And it actually was a phone number that a shop before DNS was even in existence had, and they gave the number to DNS when they shut down. So,
all right.
Yeah, long history here in town.
Pat, we appreciate everything you do, and we'll chat again next week. Thank you.
Same way. You take care.
Let's turn our attention to fishtails in Fox Lake and bring in, can we say you're the premier expert on fishing in the Fox Lake area, Dave?
I woun't say that, but I do know quite a bit.
Yes, you do. Hey, how's it been going this week? Have people been getting out at all?
Yeah, a little bit. Most of the guys that come through are fishing the rivers and boats. So, a lot of people have their boats out, and, the walleyes are running in the dells on Petenwell and over on the Mississippi. They're doing real well on perch and walleyes there. So that's what's mainly going on right now. Hate to sound like a broken record, but the weather has really kind of put everything off for a while. Monday was 18 degrees, and the water temps are just too cold right now for it to be really consistent or good. But on the days that are warm, in the afternoons, people are catching fish from shore. And there's been a few boats out here. A lot of guys are just breaking their boats in and stuff. But we will start renting boats on the 16th, which is next Wednesday. And we'll have boats available all year. And try to call ahead, and reserve a boat. So, also, I've had probably a dozen people come in forgetting that their license expired on the 31st of March. So, if you are going to go out fishing, the DNR is out. Stop in and get your new fishing license. We have them here.
How far in advance, if somebody wants to rent a boat or such, how far in advance do you rent them out, or is it day of, or how does that work?
Well, we want to know the sooner the better. There's a lot of cases during the week where you can call the day before and there's something available. On your prime weekend days, generally they're all booked. We have 5 fishing boats and 2 pontoons, and they're all rigged up for fishing. So, and a lot of our people are repeat people that come every year, and they reserve them for specific weekends and that kind of thing. But most of the time, if you call within a week of when you're going to come, you should have a boat available for you.
Awesome. Well, tell us about Fishtails. How do they book a boat? Where are you located? What are your hours?
Well, you can call here to book anything. We are open 6 to 6, Monday through Saturday, 6 to 5 on Sunday. And we're right downtown Fox Lake. You can't miss us. We're right next to the river.
Dave, I appreciate all you do at Fishtails, and we'll talk next week.
All right. Thanks, Wade.
All Out Marine are your experts and local carriers of Tracker, Tahoe, Nitro, Sun Tracker, Regency brand boats, and Maker Center console boats. Wants you to stop in to see their new and used inventory. Order your 2025 models now. From pleasure boats to fishing boats, All Out Marine has the boat for you. Check them out online at alloutmarinellc.com. Visit them on the northwest corner of Highway 41 and D in Allenton. All Out Marine is your family-owned, independent, authorized Nitro, Sun Tracker, Tahoe, and Mako dealer.
The ESPN Outdoors Report continues. We're going to bring in our resident outdoorsman, Rick Wentland. Rick, as we talk, you're telling me you're sitting staring at thousands of ducks on Fox Lake right now?
Yeah, they're still here. I mean, I'm guessing the lakes way up north, northern Wisconsin, Canada and stuff are still frozen, and there's literally, right before you call, they got binoculars out. I got like 16, 17 different species of ducks out in front of my house, and like this whole side of the lake is just loaded.
It's amazing. I made a trip over to Wanakee for something this week, and the same thing. Drove by a couple of small bodies of water, and there they are. They're filled with ducks. It's like unbelievable.
Yeah, and there's very few geese, which is not really the norm here for springtime. I mean, I have one pair here, which is normally like 10 pair, but yeah, the ducks that are here are just, I mean, it's crazy the different kinds and the amount that are still here.
So do different ducks of different species, they all travel to, well, they're all kind of the same species, but different breeds, I guess. What's the proper term? Different kinds of ducks. They all hang together. It's not like they all hang, these ducks only hang with their kind.
Well, you got your puddlers and you got your divers, and what it is divers actually feed in the water. They're eating seaweed, they're eating clams, they're eating snails, they're eating whatever they can get in the water. And puddle ducks are mainly like your cornfield feeders, your wheat field feeders. They eat very little stuff in the water. It's always the stuff out of the water. And then 90% of the ducks out here right now are all diver ducks. I mean, they're all, going underwater, 15 to 100 of them at a crack, and they all go down and, they're eating seaweed or whatever they can find, little minnows or what have you.
All right, so there's lots of ducks. I know you told me you haven't been out fishing too much just because the weather hasn't been ideal, but have you talked to anybody? What have any of your fellow people who are tougher than you, what have they been doing?
They must be tougher than me because I thought I was pretty tough, but I don't know. I as I get older, this cold weather crap just ain't for me. But I've had quite a few buddies out on Fox Lake and other area lakes. I know one guy that's caught actually 2 bass over 6 pounds already on an area lake. And basically the water's cold and they're just slowing way down. They're dragging jigs on the bottom. They're throwing swim jigs and reeling them really slow and just letting them die and then start reeling them and let them die like a yo-yo effect. And it seems to be working pretty good. I mean, the water is still 42 to 45. I know this weekend it's supposed to warm up a little bit, but then I see on the news it's supposed to be super windy all next week. So hopefully I'll get out a day or two. I mean, both boats are ready to go, and all the preparation the last month or two, putting new line on and getting new tackle and putting all the tackle away. It's finally here, and let's get going.
All right. Well, if people want to book a bass fishing guided tour with you, or they want to get the best lures around Raw Bass Customs, tell us, Rick, about both of them.
For the guide trip, I supply everything but food and drink. Guide on Fox Lake and Big Green. You can give my cell phone a call at 920-948-8467. And all the area local bait shops are all stacked up with the new 2025 baits and colors. And you get them locally here at Fishtails and Fox Lake, M&M Tackle and Portage, Stu's and Bait and Tackle in Partyville, and Dick Smith's down in Pewaukee.
Rick Wentland, I appreciate your time, and we'll chat next week. Thank you.
All right, Wade, thanks.
Thanks for listening to the ESPN Outdoors Report presented by All Out Marine in Allenton. Catch the ESPN Outdoors Report 3 times every week on 95.3 WBEV at 4:35 p.m. on Fridays, as well as Saturday and Sunday mornings at 6:35 a.m. Hear the ESPN Outdoors Report every Friday at 12:40 p.m. on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam and on demand on the Sports tab at dailydodge.com.